Hi everyone, it's ELLE KOS Glam. Thank you so much for watching my channel today. Today I'm doing a special video with you. I'm going to bring in Mr. Traveler. And we're going to do this special video for you. It's the beginning of the year. It's a fresh new start. And aren't you glad that you could just push reset on your life and start all over? And sometimes it starts with change. This video will help you motivate you to get your life organized. And this is going to be a new series that I'm doing on my channel. I'm starting to realize that since we moved into our new home, we have a lot of organizing to do, but not just with stuff, with us. So we have to adapt to our changes and just create this pleasant place to live and also learn to live with each other with all these changes. So in order to start organizing your life, I wrote down some really key points for you all to go ahead and take a look at, and you can take these tips home with you. This is the things that helped me get through the passing of my mother, moving out of state, moving into a new home, Mr. Traveler starting a new job, I'm starting to work from home, and transitioning out of the corporate life. These are things that helped me get through the moments when I didn't think I could. So I wrote some things down and I'm going to share them with you. I told you that I was going to share some personal things, and here we go. I'm going to mention some things that I wrote down, and me and Mr. Traveler are going to kind of expound on it to help you guys get through with any tips that you need for organizing your life. The first tip that I have for organizing your life is don't do anything that you don't love. When we decided to start this channel, start Mr. Traveler channel, and work together as partners, we wanted to make sure that we had a passion to do this. It's not easy to sit in front of this camera and share our lives with everybody, but when you have a special gift and a talent, you should use it. And that's what makes me do more. I want to get more involved. I want to get more involved with YouTube, social medias, sharing what I know, and this is the way that I can do it. So if you're not passionate about what you do, if you don't love what you do, why are you doing it? What do you think about that?
I think that's a very intelligent statement as far as being organized goes. When I think back on that, I recall that I've had several businesses that I've tried. The motivation was wrong. The motivation was making money. Which of course, you know, everybody, when you're doing a business, of course you want to make money and be successful. But there's a difference when we started the travel agency, because it's something that I love doing. I have a passion for. I love helping people make memories. That's really the God's honest truth right there. So when there's people that come to me and want to be travel agents and things like that, you know, are you in it for just trying to make some money because you think it's another deal, or what's the real motivation? You know, I didn't just go and read a book on how to go to these places and how to do these things, which I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I've lived them and I've experienced them. And so, you know, when I talk to you about different places, you hear the passion come through on there. So that helps, that drive helps me be successful, helps me be organized in the business. But it also translates to families, because I think if you, when you're talking about you love and you love something, well, of course you love your family. So being organized with the things that involve your family is important. So juggling family, work time, keeping tabs on the finances, and all those kind of things are very key.
Yes, it is. And also, when you said about family, you have to know what your priorities are, and your priorities have to be in order for you to be organized. You can't go juggling 2, 3, 4 things if you don't have a plan first. And planning is everything for us. Planning works for us when we travel. Planning works for us when we're shopping for the house. When we have bills, we plan everything. So if you don't have a plan, your life could be a mess. So I'm going to start doing some planner series as well. I'm waiting for them to come in the mail, but they'll be here. And I'm going to share those things with you. Set some goals and find out what your passion is. That's the best way to organize your life. Next tip. Do it scared, but do it anyway. That's the next thing that I wrote down, and I realized sitting in front of this camera is not easy. We have, between the both of us, 4 million views on our channels, and we were scared at first, but we did it anyway. You have to push past that and see what's past the scared, and the grass is greener on that side. But in order to get there, you have to have a plan and organize your life to take on. You can't take on the responsibility of your own business, running things, promoting in your job, wherever it may be. You can't do that if you're not ready to take on that type of responsibility. So your life has to be in order first before you can take on that responsibility. You have to be organized first. What you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. To me, that sounds like stepping out on faith.
Oh yes.
That's how I would summarize that. But stepping out on faith is also being somewhat prepared, having the tools that you need to succeed. But definitely, fear is a great motivator for people not to do things. And so it's pushing past that fear. Like coming to Florida for us, listen, we were very prepared. We've been wanting to do this for years, so we were very prepared as far as we had certain things lined up financially, work-wise, you know, and we had those we had a lot of questions and answers before we left as far as family, because it's leaving family behind and all these things, families and friends and everything. So that part, planning, was there. But it was the scariest thing I've ever done.
It was being scared that was the roughest for us.
Yeah. I kind of liken it to being on a roller coaster for the first time, and you're just freaking out. But then once you get over that hill and start going,
oh, I can do it again.
Oh man, you have fun and you want to do it again and again. So that's kind of how it is. A very rewarding experience to push past your fear, but to do it intelligently.
Yes, and organized.
Yes.
Next tip. Don't count the days, make the days count.
I like that.
What I mean by that is, don't count how long it's taking you to get to where you need to be. You have to count the days that are worth it. The journey, it's not the destination, it's the journey to the destination. So you want to make sure you organize your life in a way that you can get to where you need to be without counting how many days it is to get there. Because if you look at the days, you'll be like, I can't do this. But you have to be able to accept the job of working towards what you want to do, whether it be your own business, or whether it be even your YouTube channel, whether it be promotions like I mentioned before. It could be a new car, vision board, whatever it is. You have to set that goal and be able to go after that goal, but you can't be so concerned of how long it's going to take you to get there. What do you think about that?
Yes, I absolutely love that. Stop and smell the roses along the way. That's yeah, absolutely key, because it'll zip on by if you're striving for that thing. This is kind of a crazy comparison, but I noticed that back in the day when we used to get ready to go on vacations and go on trips and stuff, we used to be so anxious. Hurry up and get here, hurry up and get here, hurry up and get here. And then the cruise would get here and it would go just by so fast. So I have learned that now we pace ourselves, and we're, you know, quiet anticipation, and we get there and we just enjoy it.
We do.
You know,
take it all in.
You take it all in. Yeah, absolutely. Every day is a gift. So, you know, set those plans and set those goals. But in the meantime, like Mrs. L said,
Miss Traveler. I got two names.
Don't let the world pass you by while you're, you know, trying to reach that goal, because there may be something in that day that'll help you reach that goal a little quicker. You never know. Take your time.
Yeah. The next tip is to steal time away for yourself, to be able to schedule some time to yourself. When you organize in your life, you want to make sure you take at least 10 minutes and just be by yourself. Read, take a bath, be quiet, light a candle. You have to take that time for yourself because life can be very chaotic at times, but you want to make sure you have enough time to relax, chill, take it all in. Be quiet. No, turn off electronics, turn off the phone. Just be to yourself and concentrate on what you need to do. Sometimes we work so much for everybody else until we stop taking care of us. But that's the number one thing that I want to do this year. That's going to be our focus. We're going to take care of us this year. We have to be selfish and take that time back. So you have to organize time to do that. So that's very important as well.
I agree, because people will use you up and spit you out.
They will, and don't even think twice about it.
You know, and not saying that they don't mean to do that, but I mean, when people just, when you're in a leadership role, whether that be the head of your household, or at work, or at maybe a group or a church or anything like that, you have to pace yourself, because people will take. And you give. And to the point where you just wear yourself out. So that's very important. It's definitely, you have to take that time to unplug. And even if it's 10 minutes a day, turn the light out for a minute, just sit there, relax, kind of meditate on the day, get your thoughts together, think on some happy thoughts. You know, sometimes I start my day, sometimes there'll be some hecticness going on, and I'll sit down, turn off the phone for a minute, and I read my Bible for the day. I read every day. And I put that in me first, help me through the day, right?
Yeah. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, sometimes Mr. Traveler is here and sometimes he's not. I don't even like to turn the TV on. If it's on, it's very low, because that's a very important time in my life to get my day started. You know, that's how you start your day. And if you start it very calmly, very relaxed, and you have a plan and you got your little agenda and you know what you're going to do, it makes the day go by a lot better.
I agree.
Okay, and another tip is to work hard in silence and let success make the noise for you. And what that means is, when you're working hard towards your goal, you don't want to really tell a lot of people what your goal is. You want to let your actions speak louder than your words. And sometimes when you share your goals with everybody, it could distract you. It could not motivate you because they haven't been where you're trying to go. So you want to make sure you lock arms with people who have the same motivation, the same goals, the same organization skills that you want to get to. You want to lock arms with them and, you know, be friends with them and talk with them, versus somebody who's saying, well, why are you thinking that way? And I don't know why you would do something like that. And why would you want to move out of state and move out of town? You know, you have to just, that's a distraction. In order to organize your life, not their life, you have to be focused on your goal. So you have to work more with a closed mouth. You want to listen more than you talk. So you want to be quiet about certain goals that you're trying to get to. That's a good way of organizing your life and reaching your goal. And once you get your goal, you don't want to really talk about it a lot. You want to focus on that goal, and it's just between you and the goal. And it's like a challenge, really, and I love challenges, but you have to focus yourself to get through the challenge, and that's the journey to me.
That's a really good one. Yeah, absolutely. If you have something, whatever your goal may be, I totally agree with you that you can't tell everybody, because there are people that are dream killers, and you know, as soon as they hear it, they'll say, and okay, you know, sometimes that is jealousy, sometimes that's people's doubts, sometimes that's their fears coming through and speaking. So yes, you want to be careful. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever your goal is, if it's something that you're not 100% on, you want to seek out the information and the guidance and the wisdom very carefully from very trusted sources. I wouldn't just share that with everybody and take everybody's, word on something. And you may or may not succeed at it, but that's the whole purpose. Like I told you earlier, I had several businesses that I tried that, it's not that they weren't successful; they just didn't work out. Some of them I lost interest in. or I was in business with people who, you know, that our vision wasn't lined up the same for the goal, so it didn't work out. Right. But you try and you try again until you find that thing that works for you. And yeah, you absolutely, you don't want to go around broadcasting it. Mm-hmm. Humbleness is a virtue. I definitely believe that. And then as you work on your plan and your goal and you start being successful, people are going to look up and say, wow, what
happened?
You know, really what happened? Mm-hmm. With the travel, like a travel agency, for an example. I mean, it was started off as something, and a lot of people like, yeah, you know, fly by our YouTube channel, mm-hmm. You know. Mm-hmm. And some of that is because we've tried other things and they haven't worked. So then people say, "Oh, well, it's just here we go with this again." Right. No, but this is the thing that worked, and this is the passion, and this is something. This is it for us. That's what we love to do. Right. And you know, people look up and talk to us about it. People that we've known for a long time, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, we got a couple million views on our on that channel, a couple million on hers," mm-hmm. and you know, last year we did $250,000 in sales, and yes. And you know, and so and they're like, "Oh, wow, really?
We're serious."
You know, so now they see we're serious, and as we go more and more, you know, and it's not a rub it in your face thing. Yeah, it's just to motivate, to me, inspire. Yeah, to me, I hope that the things that we do help to motivate somebody else to chase mm-hmm. and follow their dreams.
Right. That's why we do what we do, and that's why we sit in front of this camera to help you all. Yep. And maybe we can share our experience with you, and that's why we do what we do. So my next tip, which is my last tip, and I want to thank you so much for watching. And if you love this video and you love this series that we're doing, Organizing Your Life, we're going to do a lot of organization around here. We're going to share a lot of things. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification button so you can know when we're going to post more videos. Mr. Traveler have a channel. I'm on there. And also this is my beauty channel. But sometimes I like to do motivation and inspiration. So last tip for the day is don't sweat the small stuff. Things that matter to you in the past, they really don't matter no more. Don't even look back, because nothing is back there for you. And there's a lot of quotes and motivational things that I put in front of my videos just to inspire and motivate you. But some people really love them, so that's why I'm talking about them. But they help you organize your life. You don't want to sweat the small stuff, because it's not even going to matter once you reach your goal. Once you reach your goal, you're like, oh wow, that was easy. But it's the journey getting there that's the hard part. But you don't want to sweat the small stuff in between. You want to make sure your life stay organized, so the things that used to matter to you and bother you really cannot faze you when you're trying to move up in life and move on in life. You have to organize your life around them, like a detour when you're driving. You have to dodge and move like Frogger because they are totally distracting. It's like clutter in a house. You want to make sure your slate is clean, and you want to stay focused on your goal, and you cannot sweat the small stuff, because if you do, you're going to spend a lot of time on that small stuff and you're going to lose sight of your goal. So stay focused when you're organizing your life.
Yeah, I like it. I hear, don't let your past define your future. Mm-hmm. You have to remember if you think back on things that or maybe we're worrying about it right now, mm-hmm. but I can think back on things that we used to worry about. I'm like, why in the world was I worried about that stuff right there? Mm-hmm. But the past does not define you, but it is part of who you are. So what does that say? It says that we're learning from our mistakes. We're growing as we go. You're going to make mistakes. There's going to be a hiccup in the plan somewhere, maybe, and then you have to, it's how you handle it, how do you adjust, how do you learn from that, right. and press on and move on from that point. And so that's just where you go. I remember we saw a hat one time at Universal mm-hmm. Studios. It said don't look back, you're not going that way. So we can always look back and have these woulda, coulda, shoulda moments. Mm-hmm. There's absolutely nothing you can do about that, mm-hmm. except for learn from your mistakes. But what you can control is where you're going from here on out. So, you know, you can decide to make that change today to plan whatever it is that you want to do, these big events in your life. Start today. Journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, right?
That's right. And since it's a brand new year, you have a brand new reset button that you can push on your life. Don't you just love that about your life? How you can start over and accept the changes that happen and move on from them. The past experience developed our character and who we are today. We would not be sitting here if it wasn't for our past experiences getting us here. But we had to learn from everything that we went through in order to get here to help you. So thank you so much for watching my channel today. Make sure you hit that like button if you like this video. This is a very laid back, casual, conservative video, but every now and then I have to put some motivation and inspiration out there for you. I love my subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and Mr. Traveler channel. And it's going to be a great new year. Last year was not so great, but this year we're going to make up for it. So thank you for watching. You have anything to say, Mr. Traveler?
Well, let's make it happen in 2018. Come on, guys. Get that plan together.
Organize your life. Live your dreams. Glam your lifestyle. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Bye. And let us know down below what your goal for this year.
Yeah.
Write it down. Make it real.
When you write it down, you get there faster. We're going to do some more videos like this.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.